Hey everybody, this is Rycard here again, and today I am bringing you what I think to be a very exciting and effective set to use for Crobat. Now, I know that SO suggests something along the lines of super originality, but this set isn't really that crazy awesome set that you might want to think that I have for it. It's just a really effective Crobat set that I needed to put out there for you guys to see. So let's take a look. Alright, so first off here we got a timid nature for this Crobat, meaning that it has increased speed and decreased attack. Now you might think this is weird because Crobats normally are physical attackers, but this one is actually a special attacker, and there is a good reason for it, but I'll get to that later. Its ability is Inner Focus, which means that it can't flinch, so moves such as Fake Out or Jirachis that like to use Iron Head and abuse it with the Serene Grace ability won't really have a big effect on you because you won't be able to flinch. Now for the EV spread, this was one that took a lot of time to make, but it ended up to be, I ended up being very successful with it. So 128 HP to give Crobat 343 HP total, which is a lot for a flying type Pokemon if you think about it, because most of them are really low on HP for the most part, and with giving like half EVs into the HP for Crobat, it's already 343, which is a lot. So as you can see, this will be a decently bulky Crobat just from that. The 100 defense EVs are there because you will find that, at least in the OU standard metagame, that there will at least be 1 or 2 Pokemon on each team that know close combat. I don't know why that's the case, but for whatever reason it is. And so the thing about Crobat is that it's a poison and flying type, meaning that it 4-time resists close combat, and with the 100 defense EVs, a max attack Infernape with Life Orb will be doing like 10% damage to your health, or 15 I think, but that's practically nothing, and that's incredibly useful to have because it's just incredible how much hits this thing can take from fighting type moves that are so used in the OU metagame. And also it gives it very good defense against like other physical attacking moves, which is always a plus. Now 144 EVs for special attack might not seem that like a lot, but it allows Crobat with Expert Belt to pretty much 2-hit KO a lot of common threats in the OU game, and I'll get to more of that when I start talking about the moves. And now the speed was what I was kind of mad about, because I didn't want to have to put any EVs into speed and just give it, or I wanted to put 252 EVs to speed and give it a modest nature so that I could have more special attack, and I would have took away HP EVs. But the only thing was that with max speed without a nature that is not increasing your speed, Crobat will only get a speed tie with Azelf and Starmie, and that wasn't good enough for me. Like, I needed this Crobat to be able to outspeed those 2 Pokemon, because those are pretty much the 2 fastest Pokemon in OU, aside from Aerodactyl or Jolteon, but they're not really, Aerodactyl is usually a lead, so it gets out of the way quickly generally, and Jolteon is not used as much as you would think. But with this, you're able to outspeed those 2 Pokemon, and also anything below it, such as Gengar, Infernape, and all of that. Now the moveset and Expert Belt I'm going to be talking about at the same time. So Heat Wave is, for whatever reason, a really common move on flying types, and that really makes absolutely no sense to me because somehow all flying types can use a fire move. But anyways, for Crobat this works out to be amazing because with Expert Belt you can 2-hit KO Skarmory if it's not specially defensive bulky, and you'll easily 1-hit KO Scizor. Now that's always useful because you'll easily be able to outspeed both of them and remove them because they are very commonly used, and like Skarmory is like the defensive Pokemon of OU, so any kind of special attacks against it will be very helpful. Now, Dark Pulse is there so that you can 2-hit KO Starmie, and you can also take a Thunderbolt or Ice Beam from it at the same time, for whatever reason, because Crobat's that awesome. So that's always a plus, and you can also do a lot of damage to a Zelf as well, even though a Zelf can one-hit KO you with the Dark Bolt, or with a Psychic. But maybe if you just happen to go in there and get like a switch advantage or something like that, I mean, sorry, if they switch in onto it accidentally, if they're not expecting it, you can outspeed them next turn and then take them out. Now, the great thing about Expert Belt is that it increases the damage of both of these moves when they're super effective. So that will mean that you will be doing a lot of damage for sure on the Pokemon that you can be hurting with these moves. And another advantage to Dark Pulse, obviously, is its ability to flinch, and that will always come in handy with a Crobat, or with any Pokemon really. So you can always hope for flinch hacks, and hopefully you'll get it because you'll be outspeeding everything else that isn't Scarfed, at least. Another great thing about Crobat and the defense EVs, I'm just kind of going off on a tangent here, you can survive Stone Edges from a majority of the Pokemon in the OU game. So that's always a plus. Now for the third move, I couldn't decide really between U-Turn or Air Slash. It's really up to you. Air Slash obviously is good against fighting types, so you can be a complete counter to to Infernape in that sense. It also works great against Machamp. It's a 2-hit KO against Machamp. It's good against grass types and bug types, obviously. It's just standard, like flying, and you'll get Stab from it, which is always good. Otherwise, U-Turn would be effective, and I don't really like the move U-Turn too much because I don't know why, but it works because you'll be faster than everything anyways, so you'll at least get the damage and then be able to come back safely, because this is a Pokemon you want to keep alive. And obviously Roost is the last move on this, because you hopefully won't be taking a lot of damage from, like, you're going to be trying to switch in on a resisted attack and then do damage to whatever you switched in upon. And so if you want to be a little bit safer though, you can use Roost and heal all that HP back that you've lost, especially because you're going to be losing health from Stealth Rocks that'll most likely be on the field. So Roost is kind of necessary for that sense. But yeah, this Crobat is amazing to use, so I really want you guys to try it out. And just as like a little disclaimer on this video, I'm probably gonna not be making these until, or I'm probably not going to be making a lot more of these until Black and White comes out, because the metagame is probably going to change and Pokemon will be learning different moves and stuff like that, and there'll be a ton of new Pokemon to make sets for. So if my channel seems kind of inactive in a week or so, you'll know why. So I guess that's it for this set. Use this Crobat, you'll love it. And let me know what you guys think in the comments and everything. So take care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.